morning.
Good morning.
Answer me. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning. It is Friday, March 11th, and we are at a Shared Universe podcast studio. This is EMAC's Chamber Chat. Meet our members. We are happy to have Patty and Christine here from the United Way. Tim may or may not pop in with us, so we are hoping he will join me because you guys don't want to listen to my voice the whole time. So you guys are going to have to do way more talking today.
We're certainly fine with this.
Okay. You're fine with listening to my voice. Nobody else is. One of the things we like to do is thank our sponsors. You know, sponsorships are very important, right?
Yes.
So we have two awesome sponsors who sponsor us for the whole year, our corporate sponsors, and they are Nissan City of Red Bank. Nissan City of Red Bank is on Newman Springs Road, and they are in Red Bank. They are awesome. They are family owned and operated. They are transparent pricing, respect you deserve, and it's a family owned and operated business with efficient prices. And I always listen to 106. I can hear myself in my earphones. It's driving me cuckoo. Sorry, guys. So one of the things I always do is listen to Thunder 106 on the way in. And I always hear the commercials. So I'm like, I want to sound just like Tom and Nina. I want to sound just like Tom and Nina. And I don't ever sound just like Tom and Nina. So I apologize to Nissan City for not being that good, but I'm trying. And then we also have a sponsor, PDR, Packaging Distribution Resources. And they provide... I told you. See, you guys, this is really fun, isn't it? Like, I'm usually Tim's here, and he goes, Jennifer, you know what you're doing. I do. I need my glasses on. They provide leading business solutions in warehouse distribution. They're located in Edison. So we thank them very, very much for their corporate sponsorship. And we try to promote all of our members as much as we can. We were talking before you guys came in that we just promoted you guys with an e-blast for a raffle you're doing. So we're going to talk about that in a little 50, bit. And so a couple of things coming up for the chamber is we just had a really awesome breakfast on Wednesday at Middletown Arts Center. We had direct development, communications, and PR speak to us about the importance of putting social media into your strategic planning. So a lot of people do social media. A lot of people know how to do social media, but they don't realize it's part of the marketing plan overall. Mm-hmm. And you have to consider your messaging and how to plan all that. So we talked about that. That was really cool. We had 20 people joining us for some networking, and all of our events continue to grow with more and more people joining us. So we're really happy. Yeah. We're finding breakfast is interesting. I'd like for some of our people to get back to me and let me know this. Nobody wants to go out in the morning. We used to get like 40 or 50 people who would come before work. Nobody's leaving to go to work anymore.
This work from home thing.
They do. This work from home thing is killing our networking breakfast. So people get up and put your pants on and come say hi. You can come in pajamas. We don't care. We'll do a come as you are, come in pajamas, don't even shave. I don't care. Just come say hi and meet people. Because everybody else is going to be like, oh man, I should have come in my pajamas. So, maybe we'll do a pajama party one time. That would be kind of fun, right? Mm. Then we have Spinnaker Awards, which is coming up in less than 2 weeks. March 23rd, it's at the Gramercy. We're honoring 7 individuals and companies who are outstanding in Monmouth County, promoting our area and serving our area. So we're excited about that. We have already over 200 people coming to that event. It's at night. Yeah,
I know. I went to it a couple of years ago.
It's fun, right?
The pandemic, yes.
Yeah. Oh,
yes,
so we lucked out. I'll tell you. We had it January 29th of 2019.
I think it was my first day of work.
Or 2020.
My fifth
Second?
day. My fifth day here.
Fifth day here.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So we did that. It was January 29th, 2020. Everything shut down.
Yeah.
A month and a half later. Then we scheduled it for January of 2021, which of course nobody could do. Then we rescheduled it for April 2021, which nobody could do. But we kept rescheduling. We pushed it to June, 4 days after the mask mandate came off. So we lucked out, and everybody got to go and do it without masks, and it was really fun. And then this year, we planned it for March because we're trying to get it back to January, you know?
Yeah.
So we planned it for March, and everybody's like, Omicron, what are you going to do? But we're really lucky because our timing seems to work out. Yeah. So we're really excited. The Gramercy is beautiful. We have so many sponsors who have helped us out with this event this year. We are so grateful to all of them. Too many to even say, but they are all on our website. We're giving them as much kudos as we can, and they'll get a lot of promotion the night of, but there's still tickets available. So go to the website for emac.org and go to Spinnaker or our events calendar for the 23rd, and you can purchase tickets. Then let's see. Oh, what else? Oh, I know. You guys will find this interesting. Health and wellness. We have a health and wellness committee, and our health and wellness committee is doing they've been meeting for over a year on Zoom amongst themselves. And they've been doing the coolest thing, getting to know what each other does so they can cross-promote with their own clients in the health and wellness industry and environment. So they are having an open event for all chamber members and the public at Soul Focus on March 31st. They'll be talking about chiropractic care, the importance of taking care of yourself to continue to run your business, your life, the whole thing, because if you're not good, you can't do anything else well. So that is on the 31st of March. So
And where's Soul?
Soul Focus is on Meridian Road in Eatontown.
Yeah.
Okay.
So really cool place. And Dr. Gunnar Schnapoff is the one who's going to be presenting, and he is really knowledgeable, engaging, passionate about what he does. It's really cool. And he's all about the overall health of a person. So it's really exciting.
Excellent.
Great.
So that's what we have coming on. And of course, we already have our breakfast scheduled for April. Our breakfast scheduled for April, I'd be bad if I didn't say it, is Spring Into Networking. So it's going to be a whole networking activity event. So it's breakfast at Middletown Arts Center on April, the second Wednesday in April.
Okay.
I think it might be the 13th, but I don't really know. I'm bad at that. And I don't ever write it down because I told you I'm never prepared. So I try to be prepared, but I'm not always prepared. So, but it's going to be fun. We're going to do a lot of activities. Chris Parmigiani, who is the chairman of our business networking breakfast committee, and myself are going to be the presenters. I don't usually like to be the one that talks all the time, which people, but yeah, you do, Jennifer. We know you do. But I do networking is what I do for a living. So I figured who better to help and show, make everyone feel welcome. So we're going to do that. It's going to be really fun. And then we have all our other stuff. And I know, Elaine, if you're listening, Chilangos on Wednesday, the last Wednesday of the month, Chilangos and Highlands is our business after hours. She's always listening, and she gets very upset if I don't mention her events.
And Elaine
Chembray. She's our chairman of the business after hours, and she gets very mad at me if I don't talk about her events. So I'm talking about her event now. So.
Very good.
Okay. So anyway, enough about me. Enough about me. Enough about what I do. Let's talk about you guys. What do you guys do? So you are from the United Way.
Yeah.
We have Christine. Do I say it German-wise, or do I say
That's
it...
Christine.
That's Christine. Do I say it German-wise, or do I say it spelling-wise? Because I can do both.
Like, give it a shot.
Jagerberger?
There you go.
Okay. Christine is Vice President of Community Impact for United Way, and we have Patty Harvey Elphick.
Correct. And everybody gets that wrong too.
I'm Eckhoff. Nobody can say that either, so I get it. Elphick from Vice President of Development from the United Way. And so we're going to talk a little bit about the United Way, what you guys do, why you're part of the chamber, all that kind of good stuff.
Great.
So it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I just sidetrack. Are you guys totally distracted by the window or no? Am I
No.
no?
No,
Oh, good.
no.
Okay.
Not at
So
all.
we're at a shared universe in Bellworks, and usually we're behind the red curtain at the table. But today we thought we'd do something different, and we're in the front and the window, and there's everybody walking by.
like
We
the
just had
wizard
a
if I was
dog
behind the curtain.
Yeah, we were the wizard behind the curtain. Now we don't know anything. Ming is behind the curtain. He therefore is the wizard. So
Yes,
yes,
yes.
you know. Hi, Ming. But yeah, we got dogs walking by. It's really cool. This place
It
is
is
so
really cool.
awesome.
This is
So,
a great
there's
space.
Ming.
There he is.
There's
Hi.
Ming taking a picture of us while we're in here. So anyway, tell us about the United Way and why you joined the chamber.
Sure. Do you want to start with the chamber? And
Sure. So we've been a member of the chamber. We were off for a little while, but we've been a member for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Pandemic hit, obviously, and things kind of, took a little backside because we had to address a lot of other things that were going on, with regards to United Way. But it's important to us to be involved in the community with like-minded people in the community, and having the resources through the chamber is important for us to make the connections and help to drive a lot of different areas of our business, including our volunteer and our partnerships. So
Great. What exactly is the United Way? Explain to all of us, because
Yeah.
I remember I've heard it my whole life. If someone were to ask me, I could say they're a really great nonprofit that helps people, but I don't know all the details.
Yeah.
So tell us the details.
sure. You want me to?
well, the mission is we bridge the gaps to education, financial stability, and health for every person in our community.
See, I knew you'd like the health and wellness stuff.
There you
Yes,
go. And,
yes.
and Christine can give you a little more input.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. So many people have heard of United Way. It's a global network. And a lot of people, when they think about United Way, they think about that. But all United Ways are separate local and independent. So our United Way is the United Way of Monmouth and Ocean counties. So as much as we're part of this global and national network of United Way, organizations, we're really about our local community here at Monmouth and Ocean County. And, as Patty said, we are the bridge. And what does that mean? So it's kind of interesting because we are very different, I think, in a lot of ways from other nonprofits. We're really about looking at the big picture of the needs of the community, looking at health, education, financial stability, and taking a deep dive in terms of what are the biggest needs, right, across the community. How can we bring partners and resources together to meet those needs collaboratively, and then to get the resources needed to get it done? So it's not always about like a direct service or a very specific kind of, only one thing, mission-driven thing. We have this global view of our local community to help people.
That's great. That's really awesome. How many people do you think you've helped locally? I mean,
yeah, so we actually...
I don't know if that was a question I should have asked, but it just
No, it's
dawned
okay.
on me. Like,
Yeah, we actually, we've just been doing kind of a deep dive on our work to kind of really fine-tune our impact. And when you look at the different programs we support and the different ways that we help people, it's in the tens of thousands in terms of our reach. And, we certainly want to keep growing it and help more and more people.
That's great. What's your favorite part about your job?
Want me to go first?
Oh, no, you get. You both get to answer. You both have different jobs. You
We
get to
do
both
have
answer
very
the
different
questions.
jobs,
So, yeah.
My favorite thing is just working with the community partners and, just coming together because we all have different strengths, right? And I think the beauty of United Way is it's not about everyone trying to be the expert, right? It's like we all have different expertise. And when we come together and work together, we could do so much more than one person trying to do everything on their own. So that's kind of what I love, just being able to work with the partners and bring all those resources together.
Are you allowed to shout out to some of your best partners that you work with, or is that secret?
No, I'm
Tries to name
Shout
them all.
out,
She
baby.
She can't say that one's the best.
I can't.
No,
say
no,
that
no,
one's
no,
the
no. I
best.
would never do that
would
because they
never.
all, like you
can
said,
name them
everybody's
all.
different.
That's
Everybody
right.
brings their strengths. But
That's
who are
right.
some of your community partners? And if somebody wanted to be a community partner, how can they reach out to you?
Well, we work with people in a number of different ways. Actually, so we often think about our partners, which I will say, shout out to some of our, nonprofits that we've worked with for a long time. But we do a lot of work also with not just nonprofit organizations, but schools. We just did, not to, we just did a...
we can go.
We can go?
We can go anywhere you want.
wanna
This
go.
is, yeah.
I shouldn't say, but in December we do an annual Warmest Wishes drive, which is a new coat drive for kids, and we partner with over 36 local schools throughout Monmouth and Ocean counties. And the schools really are fantastic partners, and also are the corporations. We're doing, and I know we'll talk more about this, a new basic needs initiative where we're doing hygiene and household products for people who aren't able to support it. And Wegmans, for example, is a tremendous partner. They just donated a whole bunch of wonderful products to it. And we were actually just here at Bell Works.
Oh, cool.
A couple weeks ago. Guardian, hello Guardian, if you're
Yeah, Guardian, right?
if you're
Guardian's
here.
here.
Oh,
If
we
you're
just,
here.
we just had the donations, just to give a
you just
shout out
picked
to the,
up? Yeah.
to the Asbury Park Rotary Club, who just donated. We had a great Zoom call with them about 2 months ago, and they said, hey, what can we do? And for Women's Month, they did a drive for us, and it's just coming together with all the different companies and community partners, chambers and the Rotaries, and that realize how they can make the impact, and it just
People really do like to help. It's the most awesome
yes,
thing.
Yes,
they do.
Yes.
And corporations really do like to help, and they like to have the passion and know what the passion is behind who they're helping, and it's pretty cool. Very lucky to have that much going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
So much going on. So, what's the favorite part of your job, Patty?
What I love about my job is that it changes every minute, every second of every day.
I relate. I can relate to that.
I'm sure you can because we do so much. So I'm in development, and development is technically it's fundraising. So there are different revenue streams that we need to raise money. So events, we have events throughout the year. We have individual smaller fundraisers, like we were talking about earlier about the raffle, and we can get into that later. We also have a corporate giving campaign, and it's an employee giving campaign, and that's where generous donors that work for companies. We've got quite a list. UPS is, one of them. CG Cam. I won't go on to the whole list. However, their employees are extremely generous. And give monthly through their payroll deduction. So that's
nice.
Yeah. So that's.
Are you finding? I'm sorry, I interrupted.
That's
you.
okay. No,
Are
that's
you
that's
finding
okay.
a lot of corporations? I know years and years ago, corporations used to do company matches.
Yeah, they still
Do
do.
they still do?
They still do. Not all companies do it, but yes.
Not
they
the
still
same
do.
number
And-
that used
and-
to, right? It used to be.
No, I have to say we
Really?
still do get
that's great.
a 50% match from most of the larger companies.
Oh, that's great.
But I have so many different grants, the events, the campaign. We have so many different things going on every day that
Right.
I can plan my day and it gets turned around
Yes.
into something else.
Right. Oh,
But,
yeah.
yeah. So I love the changing, and
Yeah.
most of all, I love what I'm doing is really helping the community.
Right.
Because I did not come from a local organization. I came from a national organization, and knowing the impact that I'm making right where
Locally.
I live in Monmouth and Ocean counties,
Yeah.
and the people that we know, I think it's most important.
What's the favorite? Favorite sounds weird, but or maybe most memorable, or most impactful, or most something that you feel the most passionate about project that you have done. Let's not talk about the ones that are coming up. Let's talk about something in the past that has been like. Either however you view it, most memorable because it touched one specific person, most memorable because it touched many, most memorable because it was fun. You had a great reaction, anything like that, like of events that you've been involved in, like or initiatives.
So that's, I would say, and I've been with the organization for over 20 years, and
You started when you were 4, didn't you?
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's Women's Month. We're all here to bolster
Right,
each
we're all here to
other.
support each other. So I've been with the organization through a number of just different times that we've all gone through. After September 11th, we did a whole lot of work with the community in terms of having a resource center for people to get help. After Superstorm Sandy, we really worked together to help rebuild houses and pull the community together. We just, with COVID, again, and I just feel like, when those opportunities come up, what I really love being part of this organization is because it's when we can really start to pull everyone together, and not just look at what we can do in the short term, but how do we help support our community in the longer term. And that's what we've been doing. Even now with, COVID, there was a lot of emergency response. We really took kind of a longer term too, and see not just how we can support the community in the immediate kind of emergency situation, but we really looked at how we can change our work to help support people now. That's what I love. One of the other things too I love about United Way is that we can always be responsive to our local needs, right? And as Patty said, it's a local organization. We have our national, global education, financial stability, and health. But every United Way gets to look at your community and say, well, what are the real needs, right? So, and we can change as different changes happen in our community and evolve to that.
One of the things that I'm finding a lot of businesses are talking about, other chambers and probably many nonprofits, is what we have learned from the pandemic that's changed our business model or our function going forward, being prepared for something that was it was catastrophic, yet
Right.
catastrophic in a totally different way than 9/11 and Sandy.
Right.
So what's your biggest takeaway? What have you learned the most, or what have you pivoted the most?
That word pivoted.
Right. Well, it's better. It's better than pivoted is better than unprecedented, because I don't really ever want to hear that word again in my life.
Yeah, I know.
I think through all of this, everyone had to learn to be nimble. You had to be
Good
flexible.
word, nimble.
Thank you. I moved away from pivoted.
Nimble's good. Okay, thesaurus. Thank you.
You
No.
have to be nimble, and you have to be able to change on a dime, and you have to be able to, like Christine said, meeting the needs. The needs may change.
Right.
They change all the time. And I think that was the most important thing I learned from this. And I think that sometimes you get stuck in a rut, and this taught us not to get stuck in that rut.
We've always done it this way. We've always done it
Yeah,
this way.
this
Well,
is the way it's
isn't
always been.
working.
It's not that way anymore. So, and I even see the way I work is different now.
Yeah, 'cause
completely.
people would say when we get back to normal, we're never getting back to what we thought was normal.
Yeah.
This is normal now.
Yeah.
Maybe for now.
Yes.
And normal is now maybe a shorter time frame than we ever thought before. So you have to be nimble in how you work, how you think, how you live. It's interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah, you always have to be, and that's, again, it's great to be able to have the ability to be responsive. Because just because we're doing something today, the needs of the community in 2 to 3, 4, 5 years, they're going to change. And we have the ability to change with it. And I think that's a great thing.
Well, her department took a huge change because of COVID, right? I don't know if
do
you
tell.
want to get into that.
Or do not tell.
Well, do you want to talk about that? Because
yeah.
honestly, it was a long process, but it was a great process, I think, for United Way of Monmouth and Ocean.
So we went through just like every other nonprofit, facing lots of challenges with resources, and we really had to kind of take a look at what we were going to focus on. Right, we did this whole we did a strategic process, not necessarily a strategic plan. So it was shorter than what might be right.
The best laid plans are only just guidelines, right?
Right.
Right.
And so that's what it was meant to be, and things that are actionable. So we really kind of did that on the the eve of the pandemic, and looking at kind of where we are as an organization, and shifted our focus on things that we were going to do. One of the things that we've launched is, I mentioned before, our Basic Needs Project, which is about getting hygiene and household products, shampoo, conditioner, feminine hygiene, deodorant, all the things, toothpaste that we all use on a regular basis, right? We take for granted that people have access to them.
That stuff's not cheap either.
And it's going up.
And everything's
right?
going up, yeah.
And so the expense to families that were already struggling is just been compounded. So that has become a major focus of some of our work, which that came out of part of the strategic planning that we went through. Is
Can I add
to
a
shift
snippet
down.
here, though?
Sure.
Those things aren't covered under SNAP assistance.
Right.
What is SNAP assistance?
It's other like food stamps, like other government assistance programs.
Really? You can't buy deodorant
No.
or food stamps.
Right. So,
It's for it's strictly
I didn't know
for
that.
food, right?
I didn't know that until
I thought you could buy what you needed for your life.
No.
I mean, needed.
And you do
Maybe
need
people
You do,
maybe
right.
people
You
think
do.
you don't need deodorant, but really
No,
you do.
But you need soap. You do need
Yes.
soap.
You need
And
soap.
You need soap, and children as well as adults need
Yes.
to be clean when they go to
Yes.
school or work.
Yes.
Otherwise, they're not going to attend.
Or they're not
I mean,
going
it-
to
it
attend,
will
or
hold
they're
back.
not going to be elevated as they need to be elevated, or treated the same way, which
Exactly.
is sad but true.
Yeah.
So I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you didn't. But no.
No, but that's
it's
an
so
interesting
true.
fact. I bet you
Yeah.
many people
Yes.
did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
it is, and it's something that we know is a need in the community, and there are, certainly organizations. It's one of those things that it's hard to get a consistent focus on because there are so many needs in the community, right? And what we have found is this really is a gap. So we're addressing it by not just working with different wonderful community organizations to collect needed items, like we mentioned with the Rotary of Asbury Park, with Guardian, with Wegmans, with all these other wonderful organizations to run drives and collect the items. But we're also using part of the money that we receive as donations to purchase the products in bulk so we can get a good discount and we can really get the stuff that we need so that we want it to be so that it's consistently available to people. It's not
Right.
just kind of, here's a one-time assistance, which is very helpful, but we want it to be where you start to, you can count on that because that helps with your income.
Right.
Right? It helps take stress away. You're not worried anymore. Well, what am I going to do this month? How am I going to get the
Right.
products that I need?
Right.
So we're building towards that. We're just in the first couple months, really, of launching it. We're soon to grow to help almost 300 families on a regular basis. So when it turns out, that's thousands of products a month.
Yeah, I mean, I just think about my own stuff, what I need and what I buy, and I can't imagine just for one person what you would need for a whole family.
Exactly.
And then, wow.
And if you have a baby, diapers.
Yeah.
So expensive.
Diapers,
Right.
formula, all that. I mean, everything at this point is so expensive. And we don't live in an inexpensive part of the country either.
No,
No,
that's
you're
so
right.
true.
So, on top of what it would be in one place, it's all relative ratio wise, but still it's a lot. Now, are you there for individuals or someplace like Lunch Break would say, we are really out. We have families who need this. Do you have extras? Do you have supply? Like, do you work with other nonprofits who also try to provide the similar products? Like, are you a resource for them?
So yes, that's great, and that's really again about what the beauty of United Way is the working with community partners. So we really want to, kind of supercharge their work. So we're working with different organizations to help distribute the products to families that they work with. So we have a couple of partners on board right now that we're working. Also, we've connected it to, just if I can talk about it for a second, is
Talk about whatever you want. I
Sure.
keep telling you that. It's your show.
It's your hour.
It's your hour. Whatever you want.
I am enjoying the people that they kind of
They
stop.
stop and like, who are those people talking? Yeah.
Who is that?
So
person
there was a
behind
reason
that?
I said our guests get the couch. You thought it was for comfort. It really is because I didn't want to be distracted. I know myself. Shiny penny?
But it's our Financial Success Center network, which was something that we had pre-pandemic, and we did have to merge and change, but it's about bringing different organizations together that provide different expertise so that we could create a one-stop shop for people that need help with maybe applying for utility assistance or applying for health insurance or how can get employment trading or access to childcare or credit counseling, money management. So we created our Financial Success Center network with partners as a one-stop shop. We had physical locations prior to COVID. Unfortunately, as everyone knows, we had a lot of closures and moved to a virtual platform. So now we have kind of our single phone number and email. If you go to our website, which if I can
Please do.
we'll plug multiple times. I'm
Yep.
sure.
Oh, as many times as possible.
Is uwmoc.org.
uwmoc.org. United Way of Monmouth and Ocean County.
Yep. And
Okay.
if you go there, you get all the information you need on the Financial Success Center network, who to call, where to contact. One of our staff members is a trained staff person who helps, figure out what the person's needs are and connect them to the different organizations that provide that service. And it's not just kind of here's a phone number, give them a call. It's really about providing that service navigation to help people.
That's the hardest part, I think, for anybody. I don't know where to start.
Well,
And
this is where you start with us.
you love
Yeah.
Google, but you Google, and even still, that takes you down rabbit holes that you have no idea. Having someone who has the research for you that says, okay, I'm going to start here, call here, and they're going to then help me figure out where to go
She's
because
terrific.
it's unbelievable.
Jennifer, who answers the phone,
Shout out,
she's-
Jennifer.
Yeah, shout out to Jennifer Hicken because she really is great. She listens, and she's, that it's hard.
Yeah, she's caring.
It's hard for people, right? And
Yeah,
she's-
it's hard.
I
It's
sat
always
and
hard
listened
to
her a
ask
few
for
weeks ago,
help. Yeah.
and she was so patient and so kind.
Yeah.
And she gave all the information and made sure that at the end, it was heartwarming. have to
I
say.
want to just say this because I don't want to forget.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this to be on air, but I'm just saying this so I don't forget. We need to have more information in our office from you. We get many phone calls and don't necessarily know. I mean, with 250 members, we try to know everything we
Yeah.
can about everybody, but this is stuff that, so we need to have more information from you guys as far as numbers and programs. So when we get phone calls, we can send them to the right place.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry.
okay.
Personal business there, but
that's good. That's good.
because I mean, the kind of calls we get is, I can imagine, just like, I know what we get. I can only imagine what you guys get.
Yeah, well, in the beginning you said, what does United Way do? I mean, there are so many of you out there that have no idea what we do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I mean, it's funny. I've been involved in nonprofits in the area for over 30 years. Many of them, know many of them, but there's so many. And everybody does such amazing things.
Yeah.
And just to be able to, that's what I love about this podcast is being able to share the details of our members so that people can find out more. So I'm loving that we're having this whole conversation. So,
Yeah.
all right. So that was that. There was a couple more. So other programs?
And just to
Sorry,
no,
I interrupted.
no, you
I'm
didn't.
glad.
I just want
That's
to make
like
sure.
the third or fourth time that cute little doggy's walked by. Sorry.
It's getting his morning walk. His
Yeah,
morning exercise.
exactly. Right. I love it. It's indoors too. People can take their dogs for a walk inside.
Yeah.
It's
You
pretty
don't
cool.
usually see that.
No, it's
Yeah.
really actually. My dog came here and helped with the podcast one day.
Oh, really?
I kid you
We
not.
missed
He
that
was
day.
here, and my daughter said it was the best podcast ever because when she started to watch, the first thing she heard was him sniffing the mic because we went live. It was pretty funny. Sorry. And she's like, best podcast you ever did, Mom, when the dog was sniffing in the microphone. I'm like, great, thanks. Okay. So anyway, I digress. I'm
No,
sorry.
that's fine. That's fine. So all I was going to just wanted to just add, in terms of what we've done with the Basic Needs Project is really connect it with the Financial Success Center network, because we really want it to be a continuum. So it's not just, helping people where they are in the emergency situation, but then what are the other things that we can help you with in terms of that journey to financial stability.
Right.
So that's where, we're making that connection with those projects. The other thing that I mentioned before, which is a big, we've worked with schools before, but we really want to have a more strategic focus on the school partnerships. I mentioned we're about 36 throughout Monmouth and Ocean counties. We work with them in a number of different ways. We just did the warmest, I say just, but I guess it's almost spring, so maybe it's,
It was just.
was-
Time flies way too
right?
fast. Go with
Yeah.
just. I'm liking that.
Our signature coat drive is what she was talking about, the warmest wishes.
And, we've
Did you provide to families from the schools, or did the schools provide for your families, or was it both?
So we actually provide the items to the schools,
Okay.
and the schools distribute them to the kids in need.
Great.
And that's what's so fantastic about them, because the schools, they see the kids coming off the bus without the coats. They see the kids at recess who don't have the coats. So they know the kids who need it, and they know how to get it to them so that it's with the most dignity and the most respect. And they really are fantastic partners. We've worked with them on a number of different ways. We've done school supplies, we've done books. We actually did in September a whole about 30,000 items of PPE, hand sanitizer, mask, gloves, all the things that schools need to keep the classroom clean and safe and the kids. So, we've done a number of different things, and we really are working now on how we can amp up those services and, really help to, what are the gaps? What else do you need to be successful? What do your students and your families need? And then what kind of, again, what are the needs? United Way looks at then what are the partners, what are the resources that we need to help get the job done?
It's just amazing. I used to substitute in a school, so that the passion there, and be very involved as a parent. So the school systems I was in, we did a lot of the drives. So that's why I asked the both sides,
Yes.
because we would do the
Yes.
drives,
Yes.
and I know that the teachers and the guidance, they were taking care of our own students as well. But we would, so I wondered how that worked. Do you have, do the schools participate as well? And so do you have schools that do a drive and then other schools that you give to, or you don't have schools doing drives for you at all?
So we've had a couple student organizations, do some drives, but I
Key
think
clubs, that kind of stuff.
right.
Yeah.
But there's
Yeah.
certainly a tremendous, we'd love to get more involved. I think with a lot of because a lot of the high school groups, they're so fantastic, so
These
passionate.
kids are amazing.
Yes.
They really are. The
Yeah.
new generations of kids that are coming up that are so socially aware
Yes.
is amazing to me. I mean, it's just
You're a good thing.
it's a
right?
great
Yeah,
thing.
it's
I mean,
nice
it's
to hear a good thing.
it's awesome. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
I mean,
so
I can chime in with, one of the volunteer projects that we have is our senior comfort bags. And our volunteer director is out on medical leave. So this gave me an opportunity to really, to really understand and get to know the volunteer piece of the organization. And the senior comfort bags, the signups for this really is mostly kids. And it's exciting to me. It's really it's
Yeah.
and some of them are doing it because it's their their National Honor Society
Right.
project.
Right.
But there's a lot that it's not.
right.
Yeah.
It's moms and dads, gearing, showing them
Yes.
that it's important to be to give back.
To be
Yes.
mindful citizens
Yeah.
and contributing
and,
citizens
you
to
know,
your
they
community.
go on our
Yeah.
portal. So if you go on our website, uwmsu.org, and click on volunteer.
Slow down when you say it; people won't remember.
uwmoc.org. When you go on our website and you click on volunteer, it brings up all of our different partner agencies. Of course, we come up first, and there's different volunteer opportunities, and that's where the senior bags are, and that's where the basic needs are.
Right.
But it's interesting to when the kids come to the office to drop them off. They're like, oh, we're so happy we're able to help the seniors, and especially during COVID with the isolation that they experienced.
That breaks my heart.
Yeah,
And they're still experiencing it. It's so sad.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Right now we're distributing through Meals on Wheels of Ocean County and Interfaith Neighbors their Meals on Wheels program. But but I just started addressing this yesterday, and we're going to start looking for other distribution streams because I think there's a lot more out there.
Right.
I have a meeting next week to talk to someone, a local partner, about it and see how we can get this out to a wider group. So
Great.
stay tuned on that one.
Interfaith is awesome. They do so much good work. I know them through because I'm involved with Covenant House.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So
have
they
been for a
deliver
couple
with
years.
the meals.
Yes.
Yes.
Which
They
is
del-
great.
So they get
Right.
a nice little goodie bag, which has like 10 products in it. So they whether it's hand lotion and playing cards and hard candies and crossword puzzles, just things just to give them a pick me up, and it really
Right. That which is great.
Yeah.
Something new.
Exactly.
Something fun. Something interactive that they can possibly, if they're all isolated. I'm assuming if they're all isolated in their buildings, then they can be with each other, right?
Right,
Okay.
right.
I hadn't looked that much into it, but I was thinking, I'm like, oh my God, they weren't sitting isolated in a
But
room,
think about it,
but
during
somewhere.
COVID,
Yeah.
they certainly
They
these
were.
were
Yeah.
distributed during COVID, and if you think about it, they were isolated
Yeah.
because they really couldn't be amongst others.
others.
Yeah. So
So sad.
it was
so
quite
sad.
impactful then.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So you had mentioned something before, and then we were just talking about so many partners, other nonprofits that you work with, everybody who helps reach out with the arms. And it reminded me of people ask about joining the chamber. Do you have anybody who already does this? Because I don't want to be there if there's somebody who already does this. And what I always say is there's so much to go around.
Yeah.
There's everybody, there is no reason to be competitive. I mean, obviously, financially, business building, there's reasons to be competitive, but there's reasons to work together.
Yes.
And when everyone's working together, everybody's doing so much better. And the fact that you guys work with, the corporate partners and the nonprofits and help get everything that's needed out to the people who need it is awesome. Is awesome. I mean,
Yeah, what's the expression that I can't remember the expression that you've said before with regards to us having all the partners. The information from others is help.
Is it good?
Yes, it's really good. It's really
look
good.
that up and post that later.
It's gonna
I
come
like
to
taking
me.
credit for it.
Yeah,
but-
no, you've said it, and it's stuck in my head, but obviously it's gone out of my head at this moment. If I remember before the end of the
All right.
podcast,
If I remember too, I'll think about
Okay,
it.
yeah. All of a sudden, wait, like blurt, there you
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
So you've talked about a couple of events coming up. What are they? Tell us about them.
Oh, we have a lot of great events coming up.
Yes. Yes.
So
Do you
I'm-
need your toes also, like to count how many you have?
No.
Okay.
No, but thankfully we can have them all, which is great. No,
Right.
no, no extensions or cancellations. But April 24th, we have our food truck, our United for Impact Food Truck Festival.
Where's that? 'Cause
At
I love
downtown
food trucks.
Freehold.
Okay.
Downtown Freehold.
I've become a huge food truck fan lately.
Oh, we've got a great
So
assortment
fun.
of trucks coming. We also have the trucks and vendors. And that is, like I said, April 24th from 12 to 6. We've got
is there a
bands
fee
playing.
involved, or what's?
So, we would love a $5 donation at the door. Certainly not required. We would love it. Because obviously this is also to help us for the programs that we support. And we have 3 bands lined up throughout the day.
Who?
So Step Aside, the Eddie Testa Band, and Joe Barricata.
Okay, I think I've
So
heard
shout
all
out
three of
to
those
them.
names.
Shout
Yeah.
out to all 3 of them. We're
Love
so
live
excited
music,
to have
too.
them. In between, there'll be a DJ. So this is our first year doing it. So we're starting out a little bit smaller. Hopefully, this will expand. But right now, there's 10 trucks lined up.
Nice.
We've got about 23 vendors,
Great.
and I think it's going to be a great day.
Now, are the trucks and the vendors giving you guys a portion of their sales that
no,
day?
no,
Okay.
they are not.
So how-
But that
so this-
hey, if they want to, they must.
Well, come on. I'm bringing this to. I'm
Right.
thinking
Yeah.
this is an event that you
Yes.
guys are putting on that
Yes.
costs money. I'm sure it's costing you
But they're-
permits for the towns, insurance, all that
Well,
kind of stuff.
they do pay a fee. They're paying.
They're paying. Okay,
they pay a
so
fee
the
to
vendors,
come.
it's like an expo. The vendors are paying a fee to be
Correct,
there. Okay,
yes. So that's
because
the
I'm thinking,
contribution.
it's a donation of $5. So where does the United Way? It's awesome you're putting this out for everybody, but where are you collecting your money to then use for your services, which I'm sure is the whole point behind all this.
So between
it's
the
awareness
fees,
and then
so the fees collected from the trucks and the vendors and the generous donations that we receive.
are your
that
vendors
day,
cut off now, or are you accepting many more vendors?
We are shut off
You're
at
shut.
this point.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm actually taking a list for next year.
Good idea.
And we've talked to, this is in partnership with Downtown Freehold. Give them a great shout
They're
out. 'Cause
awesome. Downtown
fabulous.
Freehold's really good. Yeah.
So, there's a possibility that this could get a little larger. Good way that we started out this size. Otherwise, it would have been, a little more daunting. It's
Yes,
overwhelming when
it's
you do a first
overwhelming.
event.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And you're also never sure. You're taking a chance. You've heard it's been successful for others, but you're not sure. You have to start small.
I think it's going to be
Build demand. You
it'll be a
want
fun
people
day.
wanting more. Leave them wanting. What
Exactly.
is there's always
Exactly.
a show? Oh, it's from Singing in the Rain. Always leave them wanting more, or something like that when they're doing some of the funny dances. Okay, sorry.
Yep. And then on April 9th, I want to make sure I have the right date. I'm sorry, May 9th, we have our annual golf outing. And that's at Hollywood Country Club, which
Beautiful.
is premier, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous golf course. And
How many golfers do you normally get?
120. So up to 120 golfers. And we've got generous support from a great number of our sponsors. And we have a lot of the same repeat players every year because they want to get into play.
We do for ours is a very different type of golf event than you guys, but the same thing. We have people
it's a beautiful golf course, and it's a great day. We had it last year; it was fabulous. Everyone had a great time. So that's on May 9th, and then June 2nd, we have our wine event. That's at Patricia's of Homedale. Last year was our first year doing it. We raised over $100,000.
So how does a wine event work? Do tell.
So one of our advisory board members, Carol Stillwell.
She was one of our Spinnaker Award winners a couple years ago.
Yes,
Love Carol. She's amazing.
She's wonderful, and she helped us with the inaugural event by she opened up her. If I say the word Rolodex, it's going to sound really old, but she.
but it makes sense.
Yeah, but you understand where I'm going with that.
Yes.
And she invited the people that she knows in the community, that her friends, her colleagues, and
so amazing.
And of course we had our board members, and we had about, I think we had 100 people at the event, 107, something like that. And like I said, it raised over $100,000.
But what is the event? So like the wine.
I'm sorry. So let me get,
I know we got excited about Carol. Yeah.
Okay. But this is where Patty loses focus.
It's all right, Patty. Come back to us. The squirrel's running around still. Come back to us,
You have
Patty.
to reel me back in. Carol actually flew in a sommelier from, actually a vintner. He owns a winery, and his wife from California, Flurry Winery. Shout out to Flurry, because they have a special running since last June, which will end at the end this year at the end of June. They give 35% back to United Way of Monmouth and Ocean for every bottle purchased. So shout out to them. But they came in and they put it wasn't a typical wine tasting because Patricia's does things family style.
Yes.
So it was great.
So was it a meal, and then there was different
So
wines
there were
out?
yes, there were different
Okay.
wines on the table. It was going to initially be a tasting, but Brian Fleury thought it would be better to not do it that way and put the wines on the table and let the people taste the wine as they were and decide what they were going to drink the entire night. We did have information on the table, so each of the wines that they opened, they were able to look and see, what was the good pairing with that? Was it better for meat, or was it better for fish, or what where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
So this year, we are we're still in the process of ironing things out with the wine event, since we have so many other things going on at this time. But that is June 2nd, and that's again at Patricia's of Homedale. We have our big 50-50 raffle going on. So the grand prize for the 50-50 raffle would be up to $35,000. And for second prize, up to $15,000. So we're selling the raffles now.
For how much are you selling the raffle?
They're $100 a raffle ticket.
And what's the limit of the number of tickets you're selling?
1,000.
Okay, 'cause my math is bad. You did tell me
50,
you did
so
tell
that
me
would
the
be
whole thing, but you don't
100,000.
want me
Right.
doing your math. I'll
Yes.
totally mess that up.
So so that ticket's going to be drawn on June 21st, which is our day of action.
Yes.
And we will be doing a project in the office with board members and volunteers. And then at 5:00, we're gonna pick the ticket, pick the big winner.
Cool. So how do we? So I'm assuming we go to uwmoc.org
Yes.
to buy our tickets.
Yeah. Well, so unfortunately, you can't you can't do it online. This is a New Jersey state. So what you do is you can fill out the form, and Tony Pitts, who is running the raffle, you know Tony.
I
right?
do know Tony.
Tony Pitts. So Tony,
Because you just, even if you'd have never met Tony Pitts, you just have to know that name.
Yeah.
It's like the best name.
in the beginning,
Yeah,
I did
true.
call her Potts, like Potts. Do you remember that from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? But I'm digressing
Right,
onto
okay, yes.
something else now.
Somebody was singing to me the other day, "You're my little choochie face."
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
so it
yeah.
comes back. Yeah, okay.
So so if you go on the website and you click on buy a raffle, you can fill out all the information, and Tony will reach back out to you, and she'll take your form of payment. And so we have a big goal for that, and we are inching our way forward. So
That's great. So that means you
on.
sell all the tickets, and the United Way gets 50,000,
correct.
which is where what's is really the important goal.
Should we reach our goal of selling 1,000 tickets?
Right.
We will get 50,000.
You know, it's funny. I seem like I'm being ridiculous, but people hear 50-50 but there's a first and second prize and you can't split 50%. So how,
Right.
doing that, but it's up to 35,000 because if you don't sell all the tickets. So the importance is, people need to, you got to be in it to win it.
Yeah.
Right.
And you got to remember that the reason you're doing it is the benefit that goes to you guys because you do get the full 50%. And if you don't sell the 100 tickets, then you don't, or 1,000 tickets. See, I'm telling you, Mathing and Jennifer are not
that would have
synonymous.
$1,000 a ticket.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So it's $100 a ticket times 1,000 tickets. So they just need 1,000 people to call and order these tickets. But it's important that people I think people are starting to also pay more attention. Where is the money that I donate going?
Yeah.
How are you getting to me as being involved in so many nonprofits? That is important to me as well. Like how are you getting your money?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in addition, so those are the events. I will say one other thing. So our Warmest Wishes Coat Drive, which is in the fall, we are having a kickoff at the Blue Claws on August 20. If I'm remembering all these dates, August 24th or 25th. It's a Thursday. I think 25th.
Don't look at me. We already know I messed up my April dates. You're doing way
So
better.
It's August on a Thursday, 24th or 25th. I don't have my calendar in front of me. 25th. Thank you. Thank you very much from the man behind the curtain.
The wizard, he knows it.
He is the wizard.
He is the wizard.
It's amazing what he does back there. Actually, he's on every website finding out the information. He's actually tweeting and commenting on the thing right now.
Good.
And he's great.
Good.
It's
That's
awesome.
amazing.
So, so we are, with our Warmest Wishes Coat Drive, like Christine was talking about before, has grown by leaps and bounds.
Yes.
And this year we collected over 3,500 coats, 3,518 coats to be exact.
Yeah. Wow.
So we well exceeded our 2,000 coat goal. And so now we have upped our goal for 2022 to 5,000 coats. I don't know if you know that yet, but we
I'm
have.
excited.
Yes, we have.
I'm excited.
And so we're doing a kickoff at the Blue Claws. This is important enough that we need to get everybody moving earlier. We're going to try to distribute the coats earlier.
It gets colder earlier.
Well, we found
gets
that.
colder earlier, yes,
So it's
yes,
the coats are
yes.
going to be distributed before Thanksgiving this year, and it was after Thanksgiving from years prior.
Yeah.
So what's exciting is that we're going to do this kickoff. We're inviting 250 people to it. So any past Warmest Wishes companies, donors, and other people that just want to join and be a part of this. So we'll start it earlier and run it, end it a little bit earlier. And so that's exciting too. That's
great.
another piece that's going on.
And you know what I love about this drive is, it really is a great example of what were the unmet needs, right? And that's something that we had heard from schools and there's a lot of, other wonderful things that are going on, but it was one of the things that was not being done. And so it was a great opportunity for us to come in as United Way, convene the partners, get, the resources out there and address a real unmet need because, for granted having a new warm coat and how much that means,
And especially
new coats are
for
so
children,
important.
new coats are important
Yes.
because, I used to, before I was really aware of things, would just get, I don't want this anymore, let me give it away, and look down at it and realize, oh my God, like, I can't give that to now, now it's like, that's not right. I'd rather go buy them a new coat than buy myself a new coat. I've got what I need. Let me spend my money this year on buying somebody else a new coat. But children especially grow so fast.
Oh, yeah.
You might give them a new coat
Yes.
before Thanksgiving, and by New Year's they need another one.
Right.
Because they've
They grow
outgrown.
every year. That's right.
And you
Every
don't know.
year.
They have a
Yeah.
spurt and it's 1 or 2 sizes in a week.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
so it's and how awesome that you guys listen to the needs that aren't being met, because one of the things, giving anything, whether you sell a business, a service, anything like that, you think you know what people need, but unless somebody asks you for it or tells you what they need, you don't know what the needs are.
You have to,
And
right,
so
it's-
when someone
listen.
tells you what the needs are, that you can actually reach out and meet those needs is huge. Huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So
we did.
if you
Okay.
check
It's really
the
a shame that
if
two
you
of you
go on
aren't
the-
passionate about your jobs. Let me just bring that out there.
If you go on the website and you click on Warmest Wishes,
Yeah.
just take a look at the pictures. It
Right.
says it all.
I'm
And you don't have
sure.
to even read about it.
No,
just
just-
look at the faces on these kids.
Pictures say 1,000 words.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was also going to mention, on top of the warmest wishes, we also did thousands of socks, warm socks.
Oh, Bombas
from
donated the
Bombas.
socks.
Yeah, so it was, the coats and all the warm, warm socks and everything. So we did that as well. So it
My
was
daughter's
exciting.
fiance gave her a pair of Bomba socks. She goes, now I get it. She goes, these are the best socks I've ever had in my life. So
Yeah.
not only are you giving socks, you're giving really good socks.
Yes, yes, that really keep you warm.
Yeah.
And Bombas
yeah.
is an awesome company because isn't it for every one pair
very
they sell,
philanthropic.
they
Yeah.
donate another or
Yeah,
something like that?
Yeah, yeah, they're very
So,
philanthropic, and
yeah.
they basically they ask us, what do you need,
Yep.
Oh,
and and that's that the order's being placed right
Yeah,
now as
yeah.
we speak,
Wow.
for the fall.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, socks are important. If your toes are cold, man,
of course.
life is just miserable with cold feet.
Yeah,
Yeah, and to think
just-
people don't, again, you don't even think, right, that people, a child would not have a new pair of socks to put on,
Socks and underwear.
right? Yes,
I
absolutely.
mean, seriously, think about your basic needs.
Yes.
They go without bras and those. Nobody wants to wear those.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
I'm with
See
you on
what I'm
that.
telling you? Like, it just
Okay.
comes, it's Women's Month, right? We
Yeah.
can
It
just,
is,
Whatever.
it
Talk
is.
about these things.
My filter, we worry about it at times. So you've mentioned you can go on uwmoc.org
Yes.
and find out ways to volunteer.
Yeah.
Other things for people to get involved? What about, is there a specific person a corporation should reach out to? Because, what can we do?
Can I mention the drives real quick?
Oh yeah.
Mention whatever you want.
100%.
It goes fast, right? But
we
yeah,
good? Yeah.
we're
Yeah,
good. Go ahead.
All
Yes.
right,
You are
all
right.
All right.
I told you
Talk
we'd have
about-
a good time and it goes fast.
We are having a very good time.
I'm so glad.
We are having a very good time. So as part of our basic needs, right, that we've been talking about, we just did for Children's Dental Month, Give Kids a Smile a month, we just did new toothbrushes and toothpaste. We did a drive. We are just about to launch for Women's Month. We were just all talking about this. Feminine hygiene. So, so critical. Mm-hmm. Such a huge unmet need for people. And
I can
again,
imagine
you
because
don't-
it's not a thing I don't even like to buy it for myself. I can't imagine
it's expensive.
it's expensive,
Right?
It's awkward,
And it's necessary.
very necessary. Yes.
And it's a gap. It's a gap in our community, and that shouldn't be, right? So, as part of our drive, we are going to have a focus. We're launching Monday, so a constant contact will go out. We're going to have a drop box outside our office, but you
Where is your office? We did not mention where your
Oh,
office is located.
sure.
4814 Outlook Drive, Wall Township, New Jersey. Suite 107.
Impressed.
07753.
Way to go, Patty!
I write a lot of
Bringing
thank
it
you
home.
notes.
Bringing it home.
Okay, so that's where we can drop off supplies.
And you can also
Yeah.
buy on we have links to 2 wish lists, and you can buy online and they ship it right to our office, which is fantastic. So that's one way you can get involved and make a real big difference.
They don't have to physically schlep anything.
No, you don't. Just
You can
click
just
those
order
buttons.
it. You can
Yep.
order it right online. and it'll ship directly to our
you
office,
guys.
and just make sure they put their name on there.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Yeah.
There's no way for us to reach out and thank you if
Yeah.
we don't know if it's anonymous or, they leave
Right.
it blank.
Right.
So,
Okay. Awesome. I like that initiative. One of the important, we kept talking about women and I forgot. We actually have a women in business group as well now. It's very new. And our second event is April 11th at, what we're doing is we're having it at businesses that are either owned or managed by women that are members of the chamber. So,
we'll
be
have to go on the website. I'd
yeah,
love to come to
we'll
that.
be at Woodward Realty in Rumson.
Okay.
We're still working on who our presenter is going to be right now. We have 2 options, and we're trying to figure out which one's going to actually be presenting. We do a short presentation. It's mostly networking, and it's encouraging women to work with other women, and the importance of that. And I think what I may do, when is that launches for the women launches on Monday?
This Monday.
How long is the drive?
We're running it for the month, but there's always a need. So we're always open to running, collecting those items.
Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is take this back to the committee. And even going,
wonderful.
I mean,
That'd be
what
great.
else
Yes.
could we do? I mean,
love
That
that's
would be great.
Thank you.
right.
you.
I mean, hopefully they're not going to shoot me for saying, you're really going to go make us buy tampons? Yes. No. Really, like we're women in business and we all have to take care of each other and empower each
Yes.
other. And what a great
Yes.
way to empower those that need the supplies and can't get them.
Yes.
So I think we'll be working on that. I hope you guys are listening because that's your next assignment. Anyway.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
So we are almost at our 10
Wow.
o'clock, 1 hour.
Wow.
You're right. It did go fast.
It did go fast.
Right. So tell all the people who are listening how you felt when you came in and how you feel now.
Well, Christine and I aren't from the public speaking
That's right,
group.
that's
We
right.
admit that, and to a fault. But you said it's not public speaking; it's just conversation.
Right.
And this was terrific.
And it was
Thank you so much
conversation.
for having us.
I'm
Yeah.
so
Really
glad you
terrific.
guys
Yeah.
came, and it's been awesome learning so much about what United Ways does and how they're helping
glad we
so
could get that
many
word out.
people.
Yeah.
And we will continue that. I think EMAC just sent an e-blast out about your raffle. So
Tony Pitts will be waiting.
Tony Pitts will
ready.
be waiting for you.
Tony, get ready.
Tell Tony you came from EMAC.
Yep.
And then we will. I continue to promote what you guys need.
Great.
Hopefully, and get everything out. I mean, it's amazing what you're doing
thank
and
you.
working with other partners. So.
Yeah, I will see you on the 11th of April for sure.
Oh, great. Okay, great. We'll make sure that you get the invitation and
Thank you.
all that kind of stuff. It's fun, and we don't do alcohol, so pack. I'm just kidding.
I heard that.
Everybody else did too. That's okay. Yeah, there's no way in the world for me to be quiet. There's just not. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for coming. Next, we will be back in 2 weeks with Debbie Cohen, owner of Orange Theory Fitness in Middletown.
Wonderful.
Woman owner business.
Excellent.
So we're and part of our health and wellness committee. So we're very excited to have her speak to us, and just so much is going on, and we're looking forward to celebrating many of our winners for Spinnaker on the 23rd. And we love our partnerships with all of our members and everything that we can work with. So we look forward to continuing to help all businesses grow and our communities grow and the people in our areas grow. So that's it. Thank you guys. We will see you in 2 weeks.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you so
us.
much.
Thank you.